All right, so everyone get ready because today we are taking a deep dive into Manus AI.
Manus AI.
Have you heard of this?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
I have.
You might have heard about it. It's this new AI agent that's been uh, really making a splash,
Yeah, a lot of buzz.
generating a lot of buzz.
Huge wait list.
A huge wait list.
Yeah, I think even Jack Dorsey tweeted about it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so that means serious business.
Yeah.
People are taking notice.
It's being called like the second DeepSeek or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so yeah, there's a lot of hype.
So we have been going through articles, reviews, guides about Manus.
Yeah.
And we're going to break down like the most interesting, most important stuff that you need to know about it for you guys.
Okay, sounds good.
So what is Manus AI?
Well, like you were saying, it's this new AI agent that's making a lot of buzz. But what's really interesting about it is that it's not just another chatbot.
Right.
It's designed to be like a true AI agent that can actually handle tasks, like autonomously. And it uses different AI models to do this. So it's not just like, basic conversation. It goes beyond that.
Right.
It can do stuff like browse the web. It can do research.
Wow.
It can write code, analyze data,
Oh, wow.
even create content.
So it can like actually go out and do things.
Exactly.
It's not just responding to prompts.
Yeah, it can actually like execute tasks.
So what kind of tasks are we talking about? Like, give me some examples.
Sure. So the folks over at MIT Technology Review,
Okay.
they actually got to, test out Manus.
Oh, cool.
And they had to do some interesting things. Like they had to compile a list of notable like tech reporters, for example.
Okay.
And then they also had it, this was interesting, they had it search for apartments in New York City
Oh, wow. That's
based on specific criteria.
useful.
Yeah, very useful.
Yeah, I could use that,
Exactly.
especially in New York.
Right.
And then they even tried to have it nominate candidates for their Innovators Under 35 list.
Yeah, interesting.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so you could do some pretty advanced stuff.
So how does Manus actually do all this? Like, what's going on behind the scenes? Can we see it working?
Yeah, that's actually one of the cool things about Manus is that it's not all just happening behind the scenes.
Okay.
It's actually, imagine like you have a really skilled intern working for you.
Right.
And you can see exactly what they're doing in real time.
Okay.
That's kind of what Manus is, they call it their computer window, does.
Oh, okay.
It gives you this like live view of Manus on like breaking down the task, navigating the web, gathering information, putting it all together.
So you can see it browsing websites. You can see it reading articles.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's like watching an AI, I think, almost.
Wow. Okay. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's not just like a one-way street either. Like Manus will also ask you like clarifying questions. It'll incorporate feedback. And then it actually learns from your instructions for future tasks.
So you can like teach it and it gets better.
Exactly. It gets better over time.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's way different than just like a regular AI.
Right. It's much more interactive.
It's more like you're working with it.
Yeah, it's more collaborative.
But I'm sure there's some things that it can't do.
Oh, yeah, of course.
What are some of its limitations?
Well, I mean, like any emerging tech, it's bound to have some hiccups.
Yeah.
Manus can be a little prone to crashes, especially when you're throwing like really complex tasks at it.
Okay.
And then those pesky cap TCHAs,
Oh, yeah, those cap TCs.
and paywalls, those can definitely get in the way.
Right. So it's not perfect.
No, it's not perfect yet.
It still needs a little bit of human help sometimes.
Oh, exactly.
To get around the real world, hurdles.
Yeah, those real world problems.
Yeah.
But overall.
But it sounds like it's pretty good, especially for certain types of things.
It's really good at things like analytical tasks, especially the ones that involve internet research.
Like the apartment searching.
Exactly. That's a great example.
That is a great example.
Yeah. I mean, imagine just being able to put in, all your criteria, your location, your budget, what kind of amenities you want.
Right.
And then Manus just goes out there and scours all the listings on all the different platforms, analyzes the data, and then presents you with like a curated selection of apartments that actually fit your needs.
That sounds pretty great, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
That would save so much time.
It would save so much time and energy.
So much headache.
Exactly.
But what about other stuff, Like besides research?
Yeah.
Can it do more creative stuff?
Oh, for sure.
Like what?
I mean, we've seen it being used for things like software development,
Oh, wow.
data analysis, content creation.
Okay.
Even like real world problem solving. Like they were talking about how they used it to like optimize a robotic arms movements.
Really? Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's not just stuck in the digital world.
So it can actually like impact, physical things.
Yeah, it's pretty fascinating.
Wow.
The range of things it can do.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
But how does it compare to like other AI agents? Because there's a lot out there now, right?
Yeah, you're right. There are a ton.
ChatGPT, what is it, operator?
ChatGPT operator.
Yep.
Uh, Devin,
Devin, Claude Opus?
Claude Opus, even Google's got their own Gemini.
Chimera, right.
Yeah, it's a crowded field for sure.
So how does Manny, like, stack up?
Well, it seems to be holding its own. It definitely has a unique feature set.
Okay.
And it seems like, at least while it's still in this like testing phase, it's a little bit more cost effective than some of the others.
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
Yeah.
You said it has, like, unique features.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that set it apart?
Well, one of the big ones, and we talked about it briefly, is this replay function.
Right, the replay function.
Yeah. And it's not just about seeing the AI at work. It's actually about understanding its decision-making process.
So you can see, like, how it came to a conclusion.
Exactly. You can see like the why and the how.
Wow, that's really interesting.
Yeah, it's like having this window into its thought process, which is really valuable for like learning and understanding how AI works.
Okay, this replay thing sounds like a big deal.
It's pretty cool.
I want to hear more about that, but I think we've gone over a lot already. And I think it's a good time to give our listener a moment to, like, absorb all this Manus magic.
Right.
We'll be back in a flash to dive even deeper into this AI agent.
That sounds good.
Okay, so we're back and ready to really dig into this replay function on Manus AI.
Yeah, it's pretty fascinating.
It is. You've got me really interested. Like, how does it actually help us understand how the AI is making decisions?
Well, think about it this way. Like, imagine you could actually retrace Manus's steps
Oh.
as it's going through a task.
Okay.
So you'd see every website it visits, every bit of data it looks at, every decision it makes along the way.
Okay.
That level of transparency lets you understand why it's doing what it's doing,
Right.
see where it might be going wrong,
Okay.
and even learn from how it approaches the problem.
So it's not just about catching errors.
No, not at all.
It's about learning from the AI itself.
Exactly.
Okay, that's a really cool idea.
Yeah.
Can you give me an example of how that might work? Like, how could we learn from watching the replay?
Sure. Let's say you're using Manus to research a really complex topic.
Okay.
And while you're watching the replay, you notice that it keeps going back to certain websites or sources of information.
Okay.
By looking at those sources, you might get some insights into its research methods.
Okay.
Maybe uncover some biases you weren't aware of.
Yeah, interesting.
Or even discover some new valuable resources that you might have missed otherwise.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's like having a window into its research habits.
Exactly.
So you can see what it's doing and then use that to improve your own research skills.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. That's really cool.
It is.
But what about beyond research? Are there other ways people are using this replay function in the real world?
Oh, yeah. Tons of ways.
Like what?
Well, for example, in software development, developers are using it to debug their code, understand the logic behind Manus's solutions,
Okay.
and learn new coding techniques.
Oh, so they're watching how Manus solves problems and then applying that to their own work?
Yeah, imagine you're trying to learn to code,
Right.
and you can see step by step how this AI tackles a challenging problem.
That's like having a virtual mentor.
It really is.
Wow. Okay.
And even for seasoned developers,
Right.
it can help them improve their skills.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So this could have a huge impact on education.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, imagine students learning about history,
yeah.
not just from textbooks, but by actually observing how Manus researches and analyzes historical events.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
That would be so...
They could really get a deep understanding of the research process itself.
Right.
Learn how to evaluate sources, identify biases,
Mm-hmm.
and build their own arguments.
That's really cool. It's like having a personal AI tutor.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But beyond education, I'm curious about this level of transparency in AI.
Yeah.
Like, what are the bigger implications of being able to see how AI is making decisions?
Well, I think transparency is really crucial
Okay.
for building trust in AI
Right.
and making sure it's being developed responsibly.
Okay.
With Manus's replay function, we can actually hold the AI accountable for what it's doing, spot any potential biases, and work towards creating more ethical and reliable AI systems.
That's really important, especially as AI is becoming more and more part of our lives.
Yeah, for sure.
It's good to know that tools like Manus are actually prioritizing transparency and letting us understand how they work.
Definitely.
So we've talked a lot about Manus's unique features, but I want to step back for a second
Okay.
and talk about some of the real-world applications people are already finding for it.
Sure.
We've touched on a few already, but like, what are some other cool ways people are using it?
Well, on the creative side,
Okay.
people are using Manus to generate content.
Oh, interesting.
Things like writing blog posts,
Okay.
drafting social media updates, even creating scripts for videos.
So they're using it to help them with their creative work?
Yeah, imagine being able to offload some of those repetitive content creation tasks
Right.
to Manus
Oh, that would be amazing.
and free up your time to focus on the more strategic parts of your work.
That's the dream, right?
It is. It is.
What about on the analytical side?
Yeah.
How are people using its data analysis capabilities?
Well, we're seeing some really interesting things in finance, for example,
Okay.
where people are using Manus to analyze stock market trends,
Oh, wow.
assess investment opportunities,
Okay.
and even try to predict market fluctuations.
That's crazy.
And then in marketing,
Okay.
people are using Manus to analyze customer data, personalized marketing campaigns.
So it's like having a super-powered analyst at your disposal?
Yeah, pretty much.
But what about for the everyday person? Are there applications for Manus that go beyond these specialized fields?
Absolutely.
Like what?
Think about something like trip planning.
Okay.
You tell Manus where you want to go, when you want to travel, what your budget is,
Okay.
what you're interested in,
Right.
and it'll actually craft a personalized itinerary for you.
Wow, that's cool.
It'll find flights, accommodations, activities, even restaurant recommendations,
Yeah, okay.
all tailored to your specific needs.
So it's like a travel agent that not only knows your preferences,
Yeah,
but also has access to all the information in the world
exactly.
to plan the perfect trip.
Yeah, pretty much.
That would be amazing.
It would save a lot of time and hassle.
That's really cool. It sounds like Manus has the potential to really simplify and improve so many aspects of our lives.
It does.
But with all this talk about its incredible capabilities, I think it's important to remember that AI is still a developing field.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not perfect.
No.
It's still got limitations.
Yeah, Manus is still in its early stages.
Okay.
And like any AI system, it can make mistakes. It can misinterpret information. And sometimes it struggles with tasks that really require complex human judgment
Right.
or creativity.
Okay.
So it's not like a magic solution to every problem.
No, but it's a powerful tool.
Yeah,
Really help us.
and free us up to focus on those things that humans are uniquely good at.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
It's important to remember that even advanced AI like Manus is still a reflection of the data that it's trained on. So we have to be aware of those potential biases and limitations
Exactly.
and make sure we're using these tools responsibly and ethically.
That's crucial.
Okay, so shifting gears a bit,
Yeah.
let's talk about the future.
Okay.
Where do you see Manus fitting into the bigger picture of AI development?
Well, I think Manus is a really significant step forward in the evolution of AI agents.
Okay.
It gives us a glimpse into a future where AI isn't just a tool, it's a collaborator.
Okay.
It can work alongside us
Right.
to solve complex problems, boost our creativity.
And just generally enhance our abilities in all sorts of ways.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a really exciting prospect.
It is.
But it also raises some interesting questions, right?
It does.
Like, what's the impact going to be on society and the economy
Yeah,
if AI agents like Manus become widespread?
right.
How is it going to change the way we work, learn, interact with the world?
Those are really important questions that we need to be thinking about.
Right.
As we move into this age of AI,
Mm-hmm.
the potential benefits are huge,
Right.
but we need to be honest and open about the potential challenges as well.
Right.
We need to talk about things like job displacement,
Right.
data privacy,
Mm-hmm.
and the ethical implications of these increasingly autonomous AI systems.
Those are all really important points, and it seems like we're really on the cusp of this technological revolution.
We are.
And it's important to approach it with excitement, but also with caution.
Absolutely.
But let's give our listeners a minute to digest all this. And we'll be back in a moment to wrap up our Manus AI deep dive
Sounds good.
and talk about what it all means for you. Okay, so we are back for the last part of our Manus AI deep dive.
The home stretch.
Yeah, the home stretch.
It's been a journey.
It has been. We've covered a lot.
We have.
From its unique features to how people are actually using it in the real world, to the bigger implications of AI and how transparent it is.
Transparency is huge.
It really is.
And how it's going to impact all these different industries. It's a lot.
It's a lot, but let's bring it all back around.
Correct.
What does this mean for you, the listener?
I think that's the question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like Manus, with its autonomy, adaptability, and that transparency we keep talking about,
Right.
it's a big step forward in how we interact with AI.
Okay.
It's not just a tool anymore. It's more like a partner,
Okay.
a collaborator.
So instead of AI being this mysterious thing happening in the background,
Right.
it's something we can understand, work with, and learn from.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I like that.
That's pretty cool.
Think about how this could change the way you work, the
Mm,
way you learn,
yeah,
even just your everyday tasks.
for sure.
What if you could give those really time-consuming research projects to Manus?
Yeah, that would be great.
Free up your time
Free up so much time.
to think more strategically.
Exactly.
Or what if you could learn new skills just by watching how Manus tackles these complicated problems?
That's like having an AI mentor.
Yeah, almost like a super efficient assistant.
Right. Always there to help.
Always there.
Ready to go.
Ready to go.
Yeah, it's exciting.
But I know some people are a little scared of all this AI stuff.
I get it. It's moving fast.
Yeah, it's changing so quickly.
It can be a little overwhelming.
What would you say to those people who are feeling a little apprehensive?
Well, I think change can be scary.
Yeah, especially with powerful technology like AI.
Exactly.
But I think the best thing to do is approach it with curiosity
Mm-hmm.
and just be open to learning new things.
Be a lifelong learner, right?
Yeah,
Right.
always be curious.
So don't be afraid of the unknown.
Right.
Embrace it as a chance to explore all these new possibilities that are opening up.
Exactly, that's the spirit.
AI, like any tool, can be used for good or bad.
That's true.
It's up to us
Mm-hmm.
as users and developers
well-
to make sure it's being used to benefit humanity.
Absolutely. And it starts with understanding it,
Okay.
knowing its strengths, its weaknesses, and how it can impact our lives.
I like that. Well said.
Thank you.
It's clear that AI isn't some far-off thing anymore.
It's here.
It's here, it's changing rapidly, and it's already having a big impact on our world.
It's amazing to watch it unfold.
It really is. So for our listeners who are excited to jump into this new world of AI,
Yeah.
where should they start?
Well, if you're interested in trying out Manus specifically,
Okay.
the first thing to do is join the waitlist on their website.
Okay.
They're still in beta testing right now,
Okay.
but hopefully they'll open it up to more people soon. What can our listeners do while they're waiting to get access to Manus?
Stay informed, read articles, follow what's happening in the field, and start thinking about how AI could be used in your own life and work.
So just embrace that learning process.
Yeah.
Stay curious and be open to the possibilities.
That's the key.
I love it. The future is happening right now. It's going to be an amazing ride.
I'm excited to see where it goes.
Me too. And that brings us to the end of our Manus AI deep dive.
Wow, that went by fast.
It did. We hope you enjoyed exploring this groundbreaking technology with us.
It's been a pleasure.
And to all our listeners out there, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep questioning.
Stay curious.
Stay curious. Until next time.